Everyone, welcome to yet another video on this amazing channel. We're talking about my top 10 favorite trap cards. My top 10 favorite trap cards. Now, trap cards are like a lot of ways of saying, I'm gonna win this duel, or I guess showing someone the you-know-what, and then, telling them I'm gonna win. Trap cards are like a nasty surprise. You expect them, but you don't know exactly which trap card to expect. I'm gonna go over my top 10 favorite ones. Now, this is my opinion and doesn't really affect yours. So if you have different cards, that's totally fine. Let's get on to this. Now, Call of the Haunted is a pretty good trap card, because it's kind of like Monster Reborn, but you can only bring back one monster from your graveyard. And the kind of negative of this trap card is once it's destroyed, your monster that you brought back is also destroyed. It's pretty good trap card, and I guess nothing beyond that. Next, we have Curse Seal of the Forbidden Spell. And if you discard one spell card from your hand, you can negate the activation of a card and destroy it if you do. And any other card that has the exact same name is also destroyed, and you can't use it for the rest of the game. So it's pretty good beyond that, but yeah, it's like a 50-50 shot if they have more card of the same, like, I guess, name or so. If they have one, you still negate it, but you don't destroy anything else other than that. Next, we have Fiendish Chain. Yeah, it only works on effect monsters, so normal monsters, don't even think about it. You can negate its activation, and also it cannot attack. So it's kind of like Shadow Spell, but you can change its battle positions, so there's that. Also, if it's destroyed, you can destroy this card, and if this card's destroyed, then, the effects aren't applied to the monster. Pretty decent spell card, but it's stopping monsters. Next one up, here's Magic Cylinder, a staple card only used by a few in the anime as Yugioh, Cyrus, and somebody else. Because Magic Cylinder, alright, you can use this card on an attacking monster, and for the amount of attack points that it has, you can send that same amount of attack points right back at your opponent. So basically, like, hey, it's like a monster has 3,000 attack points, you inflict 3,000 points of damage to that, well, opponent attack, same monster, essentially. Next up, we have Drowning Mirror Force. Now, whenever your opponent tries to attack directly, you can take all face-up monsters they have and shuffle them back in the deck or extra deck for if they have any extra deck monsters. Pretty good, but you have to let them attack you directly, which is like no monsters, so pretty good, but because no monsters, that's it. Alright, next we have a hot take here. The Eye of Truth is pretty good. You can basically, like, every turn your opponent gains about 1,000 life points or so. But they always have to keep their hand revealed to you, meaning you can see in their hands, knowing basically what they're gonna play at all times, which is pretty neat. Next, we have a Call for Evacuation Device. Basically, target one monster on the field and return that target to the hand. Any monster, including your own and your opponent's monster. Pretty good for rooting tribute summons or all stuff like that. Pretty decent card. And of course, Elemental Heroes being my favorite deck, I couldn't resist putting in one of the hero ones. And Hero Signal is pretty simple, but far one of the best. If any of your monsters destroy, you can summon one Elemental Hero level 4 or lower monster from your deck. Which, I gotta say, I love how convenient this card is. And once again, you know how combo players can be kind of something to deal with. Here we have Summon Limit, which is very good, which you can only summon up to 2 monsters per turn, which also negates summons towards like this limit. Anything else you try to summon past 2 is negated, and card effects that would summon do not count. So you can still some do not count, yes. But this really is a pain in the ass to combo players, let me tell you. You want to stop them? Use this card. Of course, number 1 was Mirror Force. Very simple. Destroy all attack condition monsters and destroy them, which is pretty good and a big way of saying F you, buddy, or something like that. Still a very useful, but OG and very good trap card. So yeah, trap cards, they're very useful. Also for bluffing and having people mess up and choke up, I guess. But still, some of these are very useful. Some of these, I do have big weaknesses. Some of these are still very good. Let's see, we had a good time today, and I'll see you on the next video when we talk about an intro finally. Later, people.